Oh boy, I gotta make another one of these videos again. Okay. Well, guys, I'm sure you guys might or might not have heard the news that SmileGate E7 basically axed their entire NA side of the company. There is no more like SmileGate US. That is now gone. Okay? I really don't want to talk about this, but I feel like a lot of people are going to be panicking. A lot of people might be like, so is the balance team gone? Like, no. I really want to clear the air here. If you're a casual player, all you do is you log in, you do your daily summons, you get your free resources, maybe you do your 10 hunts a day or whatever, and then you log off, right? The game will not matter. Like, this news will not change anything. You will still be able to play the same game. I will still be here to make the video, at least for the next half a year. And, you know, everything that you enjoy, maybe you do your arena NPCs, like, none of that will change. The game should still, you know, if my calculations are accurate, be running at least for another 3 years. Like, hitting the 10-year goal is not hard. Epic 7, in the grand scheme of things, is still a solid video game, okay? In terms of all gacha games ever, it is up there. It is up there with some of the all-time great gacha games, although admittedly, gacha games do not have a high bar. So if you're a casual player, and you know, you don't want like to have doomer news, because there is a greater message to this. We'll go into. I'll explain everything, the timeline of things, and what that means. If you're a casual player, if you're a hardcore player, if you're really deep in the community, or if you just want to hear me spill some shit that normally I don't get to talk about, we'll go right into it. So, yesterday at about 3 p.m., Gimmick, which is one of the face of the community manager team for Epic 7's, made this post. Said, Dear Epic 7 heirs, this is with heavy heart that me and Ryoko will be stepping away from E7 as community managers. It's been an absolute honor being able to represent and be a part of the E7 community. E7 is known to be a game where, even though it is not a huge game, at least not in 2024 or 2025, the community is there, it's hardcore, it is tight. Your support, passion, and dedication meant the world to us. We can be prouder to experience across the years. Understand that the accounts will be going inactive because these are company accounts. So please do not contact us for anything related to Epic 7. Understand that this also means that bi-weekly live streams, so one live stream every 2 weeks, will not be returning. And thank you for everything. Right, Gimmick and Ryoko. Gimmick has pretty much been the face of the CM team, and Ryoko has been, if you have ever been to a live event, there's this one little lady, okay? She's really loud, she's really energetic, and she'll yell at you to get in line. Oh, line up for this. That's Ryoko, okay? And not only that, basically afterwards, and we found out this live too, because we were doing the maintenance podcast on Tristan Wolf's channel. And it went like this. We also got this from the Outer Plane Discord. Hey all, Jay Waffles here, former social media guy for Outer Plane Twitter. SmileGate's US office just got shuttered. The entire office. Not sure what this means for OP, but it's been a pleasure to be a part of the community. It means E7 team is gone too. I'll join back here in my personal bit to address anything. Hope you're all well. That's pretty serious. That means the entire office is gone. Now, I've been to that office. It is a big-ass, nice studio. And it houses both the team for E7 and Outer Plane. And I'm assuming if, you know, Chaos Zero Nightmare or whatever their next game is, isn't going to be delayed, they're probably going to run that team out of that office. That is no longer the case. That office, gone. Okay? And there are still certain things that I can't talk about because I am under contract to not show, basically not leak DMs, right? There's a legal contract where I can't leak the DMs. So you're going to have to take my word for this. Maybe I can get somebody here to confirm this timeline. But there is a server where if you are a contracted content creator, I mean, I'm only in it for the Sky Stones, right? So at 3 p.m., Gimmick says he's gone. At 5:40, somebody who's left on the team said big changes are coming. They have no information. It is going to be a rough time. And about 2 hours after that, the head CM, the leader of the CM team said, hey, I'm gonna have to leave after this. This is my last day here. So, this is my own personal conjecture and my own speculation, but what I think happened was, in the afternoon at SmileGate, Gimmick said he was leaving. And what I think happened was SmileGate, the headquarters, was like, okay, everybody here is gonna get a pay cut, and you're basically going to be doing everybody else's job, because you can just use ChatGPT. Do everything with ChatGPT, and we're gonna pay you less, but you'll still have a job. And the head CM probably argued with them for a good 2 hours, right? Because around this time would be like 8 a.m. in Korea, right? So Thursday, Korea goes online, and they start blasting. They argue for a bit, they get nowhere. At about 10 p.m., they just lay off the head CM. That's what happened. And now there is one guy left on the team. And the reason I know this, okay, is because of this. So if you, holy crap, that is bright. Can I, oh god, okay, well, you guys are gonna get flashbanged on the cam, okay. So if you've ever seen the post-pursuit season graphics, right? Their intro message, looking back on the overall pursuit season, the influence of heroes like Sea Phantom Politis. Yeah, so this was 100% AI generated. And if it isn't AI generated, what they did was write this post in Korean and then had it DeepL translated to English. Right? And that could not get past the AI filter. And oh man, that's so rough. So what that means is essentially AI is taking over the job of community managers, writers, and editors everywhere. Have you seen this video that's popped up recently? I watched it from Asmongold's channel. AI took this man's freelance writing job. So what I'm guessing is happening is that, but happening en masse. Because, well, this is something I promised I wouldn't talk about, right? It was a verbal promise to somebody, but he is no longer with the company. So, I'll spill a little bit of tea. 2 years ago, when I first got invited to SmileGate HQ, their entire team was like 20 plus people, right? And if you don't know what they do, basically what they do is they'll go on social media and collect like sentiments, right? So if you thought something was OP, something was, oh man, the system in the game is annoying, right? These guys would collect that information, forward it to the team, and then make balancing suggestions. All right? About 2 years ago, there was like 20 people in an office in LA doing this. And before people start going off, well, what if it's the fire? The fire burned. No. I've been to that office without giving away any information that I shouldn't be giving away. The fire, guys, I live in LA, okay? I've been to the office. The fire is about 30 miles or 45 kilometers that way. And SmileGate's office is about 30 miles, which is also 45 kilometers that way, okay? Like, we make a triangle. Like, the SmileGate's office is perfectly fine, okay? But a year ago, the community manager team was about 12 people, and they were split between Epic 7 and Outer Plane. And I witnessed this because during the summer, I did this offline event called the Mola Mash. And I was there helping them set up the stage, helping them move their equipment. I was there in person, you know, because these are great guys. They asked me to help. Hey, I'm there, right? They did a lot for me as somebody who wanted to make content in the community. I owe them at least that. Went there to help, and it was like a bunch of guys. It was just a handful of guys that's splitting a bigger workload. Yesterday, there was about like 5 people in E7. And today, there's just one guy left, okay? So prayers to our man Big A. He's the only person left. He's working out of his bedroom now. And you know, prayers up. He's gonna be needing it, okay? And that's what happened. Now, God, sorry for the flashback. So, a friend of mine, there's actually 2 people who DM me this, and they got pretty angry on my behalf because we talked about this live on Tristan Wolf's podcast, and somebody wasn't having it. And they were getting, people were DMing me and they were getting mad on my behalf. Don't get mad, guys. So what this person said is, oh yeah, CMs are definitely the ones that influence what kit the unit is going to have. Clueless? Yeah, you're pretty fucking clueless. Surely what random streamer says must be true. You guys are too naive trusting streamers that only say crap to stir drama for views. Yes, no fucking shit. Okay? That is my fucking side job, okay? That the job description is, if people are going to watch, then I make the video. I will say what I think I should say to get those views. That is, you just described the job. So here's my question. How does that prove what I say isn't true? Because everything I've said is based on evidence. If you looked at the Mola Mash event, I was there. If you looked at the anniversary stream, I was there. For what reason do I have to lie to you? You know? So, guys, don't get mad on my behalf, okay? This is just something people will always say. And I think he goes on to just be like, no, the game is gonna be fine. Yeah, the game is gonna be fine, right? I'm not here to just be like a to be a doomsayer and be like, oh, EOS 7, the game is gone. No. The game is gonna be fine for a couple of years. But what this layoff means is, it means that to SmileGate headquarters in Korea, they think that Epic 7 as a property is no longer worth the investment, right? They don't have to pay for overhead for a big studio in LA, right? Bro, rent's expensive, right? You don't have to have your employees do work, right? Because every single year what's been happening is they've been cutting their team in half and then splitting that workload amongst everybody else. And it's very apparent to me that now they only got one guy. They're like, one guy, you get you and ChatGPT, we got you the paid membership, all right, go crazy. Do everything else. You got the entire content creator program with dumb fucks like this in it, right? And these guys will help you handle all the PR bullshit that you can't do, right? So does that mean, E7 is going to be EOS soon? No, I don't think so. I think the game is probably still going to make the 10-year mark, right? Sorry, my stove stuff is still on after the update. I actually have no idea how to turn it off. The game is going to be fine. We're still going to hit the 10-year plan. But what that should mean is the game is probably going to get more and more ridiculous. Power creep is going to get more out of proportion. And I think that's pretty evident with ML Payra. Oh boy. I think that means, like, if you looked at all of the New Year announcements and everything they did, all the assets are recycled. If you looked at the new Rift, via the Fene character teaser, they're just reusing Rift bosses now. So basically what this is the equivalent of is E7, and it's not like so old, they're like, oh, old man being put on life support. It's like, E7 now is like that senior citizen. It's like, if you think about back to when you were a kid and Grandpappy is maybe losing his memory, he can't really live on his own anymore, and your parents are like, well, we gotta go to work, so we can't really take care of you. We gotta go make Chaos Zero Nightmare, so, let's put you in an old person's home, you know? We'll pay for your stay there. You're going to have bingo nights on Monday with Muriel. Okay, and then on Tuesday nights is knitting night. You're gonna have a great time there. So if you're a really casual player, that's fine. But it's bad news if you're very involved in the community. If you're like me, you organize like a tournament once every month. You invite all the top players. That type of support will definitely see a drop off. You know, we actually hit up the community managers to hook us up with Skystones. I think that'll still be there for the short time being. That's my guess. But what you are going to be losing is all of these live stream. Like, these will no longer ever be a thing. And if you guys haven't been doing this, right? Every time they did this, you can show up in chat, and if you were there towards the end of the stream, there's usually a survey that you can do. You do the survey, and what happens is they'll send you some leaves, they'll send you some gold, they'll send you some skystones, and sometimes it's charms, right? They'll just send you a little bit of goodies. If you've been super free to play, but you're like really efficient, you're a hoarder, you know how much, like, dude, you get a stream right before a hunt buff, that's a couple of extra leaves. Like, you cannot say it's nothing, right? So all of this stream content is going to be gone. Like the WCG Rivals event, this was all handled by their team in-house. The big question, to be honest, is whether or not there's going to be E7WC. I think E7WC is still going to happen. It is going to be handled by their Korea server team. It will just be less involved for us players on the global side. Because if you've been looking at their recent updates lately, it's mostly just been stuff that the Korean side of the company has been doing, right? They'll have somebody on that side do a voiceover. The Meru mail is just they'll have like their AI subtitle it for you, and honestly, the more involved with the game you are, I think the more you're going to be losing on the overall experience is what it is, right? They used to do so many like cool little events, right? King of the Hill draft mode, before E7WC finals, right? Like we did the podcast, like all of those things are now gone. It's just going to be a less involved community game. And it sucks. It sucks because a lot of these guys lost their jobs and they're good people. I was physically there, you know, in the studio with them for a lot of these. Orbis Caster Clash was organized by them between SmileGate US and Amazon App Store. So it really sucks to see a lot of this go, you know? If you've been around my stream around the holidays, I used to get a Christmas care package full of merch. And what I would do is I would, you know, in the spirit of the holidays, give the entire thing away, right? I'll pull out like, there's 10 pieces of merch, 12 pieces of merch, give them away to 10, 12 different people, and I'll ship everything out like around New Year's. All of these things are going to be gone. So, you know, E7 is, how do I say this? Like, the best days are behind it, right? Like, but hey, I feel like most of the content creators who are, you know, doing streams, doing RTA streams, they'll still be there. But in the short term, it's probably going to be fine. But in the long term, you'll probably see things like, wow, that character shouldn't be there. And what was it? Like this guy said, right? You would think the community managers don't have influence. But they actually have a lot of influence. Like, if you guys remember in 2022, there was the rolling pre-ban system in a longer set that they used for E7WC. Yeah, that went real fast because the community managers were there to collect info that people really hated that system, was gone. Third pick ban protection was actually a little bit more split. The new players really liked it. Veteran players hated that system. So we were basically like in a back and forth for like half a year on whether or not third pick ban protection needs to go. And, you know, according to Mashu personally, dude, the community managers are really instrumental because guess what? According to Mashu, before he left, he was responsible because Navy Captain Landy, if you guys remember, when she first came out of how disruptive she was, okay? Yeah, her S1 used to not be her S1. Her S1 was just the salvo fire. Like, it was just the salvo fire. And the soul burn used to be on her S3, and it used to give her an extra turn. And it was up to the community managers to be like, hey guys, that's not a good idea. And like, think about it like this, right? When the people who's doing, when your PR team has to tell your balance team, hey guys, this is not a good idea, we shouldn't have this. That's not a good sign if your PR team goes, okay? I don't know what the fuck is wrong with their balance team or what kind of Neanderthal is running that team, but it is a really bad sign, okay? Now, do I have any evidence for this? Absolutely not. But I will say this is based on the fact that if you looked at every single Moonlight unit before that point, right? Majority of Moonlight unit will retain the soul burn from their base form, right? Because you kind of want to keep the animations and the way the character works a little bit consistent. Yeah, the Navy Captain Landy was one of the first characters where she kind of broke that mold. Obviously, there were characters before that, but usually, that's what, bro. Like, all right, here's another bonus for you. Like, there's a couple of these when after Mashu left, we talked to them for a couple of events and stuff, dude. You guys remember Rimuru? Yeah, on release, instead of 10,000 fixed damage, it was supposed to be a lower number, but it was also a fixed damage of 50% of their maximum HP. If your community managers has to tell you that that's a bad idea, that is really, really not a good sign, okay? So, regardless of what you think and what your opinion is, you have to respect the fact that community managers were a really important part of the overall E7 ecosystem, and it really sucks to see them go because they were good-ass people. Now, on to the more important part. I think this is just a reflection of a bigger overall trend, because if you look, Hoyoverse has been doing unannounced layoffs. So this is 6 days ago. So basically a week into the new year, the community team has just been getting axed in a lot of games. And not only game companies as well, just companies in general. Right? If you look at the comments, had a second round of interviews with them in October, and the morning of, they emailed me and said the company decided the position was no longer needed. Thought it was a little odd, but here we are. This actually tracks because my girlfriend actually applied for a very similar position, and she had a very similar outcome to this. So a lot of people were asking, you know, what position? Or it was a senior community role, and if you just kind of do a slow skim over the entire post. Heard this last month, they Thanos a whole department and restructured the whole globalization team. I am not at all surprised that's what happened because, I mean, if you just search like gaming layoffs 2025, right? You'll see so many companies. Oh yeah, here's our favorite, Netmarble. They also laid off like a whole team, right? They're laying off their dev team. They're laying off a bunch of stuff, and most of this is just being laid off to AI, right? You lay off the inefficient workers, and you give the people who are left ChatGPT access. Give them the premium membership to ChatGPT. It's a lot cheaper than hiring one whole new motherfucker. Okay, it's just how business works. It sucks, but that's how it is, right? Now, if you look at me, I'm a little bit on the slightly older side. I'm gonna turn 31 this year, right? So when I was in high school and when I was in college, the number one thing that I learned was that you should know how to Google something. If you don't know how to do something, Google it, right? When I first started streaming, when I first started making YouTube, I didn't know shit, okay? I Googled and I asked friends. I had to do research. I learned the entire thing on my own, right? It's not that hard. But nowadays, what it seems like is you have to be able to navigate your way around AI. Whatever job, whatever field it is that you are looking to apply yourself to, be familiar with how AI is used in this field. Because if you do not catch up with this fast enough, this is what's going to be happening. Meta layoffs, right? Meta lays off 5% of the lowest performers, plan to hire for impacted roles. Like this is going to be a thing that's happening everywhere. So regardless of whether, you're in school, you're in a job, this is the time, guys. This is the time. Every single industry, every single job is going to be impacted by AI, and whether or not you can enhance your performance with AI is going to be massively important. And even for me as a YouTuber, right? You guys saw this earlier. There's a video of somebody who said they lost their writing job. As a YouTuber, bro, as a guy who makes fucking videos, my job is in danger because what happened? Like, if you, even within Epic 7, and I'm not gonna show their channel or anything, but if you've been looking at a bunch of different channels, there are already people who are coming in with AI generated characters, AI written scripts, AI voiced, and I wouldn't even doubt if their editing is partial or completely done through AI. Okay? It is impacting every single field. I've been looking at some of the AIs, and some of them, like, this is crazy gross, and I'm serious, guys. The future is here, and it's dystopian as heck, okay? There is literally a service out there, if you look at this, that scrapes your entire category for viral videos. Okay? And at the click of one button, it says reinvent viral videos. But what this really is it steals the video. Okay, you click this, like Tristan Wolf. This got 2.5 times more views than your average Epic 7 video. Like, the goal of this video is to steal. The goal of this AI is to steal the video, rewrite it, and then give you a new structure on how to remake Tristan Wolf's viral video. It is crazy. You have to be able to, whatever job you're in, whatever major you're in school, like, be ready to, like, play on your feet, guys. Seriously. Move on your feet. Things could be changing at any moment. Anyways, I think I've been yapping enough. It's getting pretty doomer. I mean, your regular scheduled video will still be coming after this. Probably on screen right around now is going to be whatever video that the YouTube algorithm thinks you're going to be into. Anyway, we're getting regular videos tomorrow. I'm actually going to be streaming on YouTube soon. I got that approved recently, so that's going to be cool. So yeah, hope to see you guys in the next video. We'll be back tomorrow, and keep your eye out for streams. I'm going to be running some giveaways for coaching and account building sessions. If you've seen some of those videos, that's one of the things people hit me up in DMs to do for them the most. I'll be giving that away on YouTube for the 20,000 subscriber special, and I'll see you guys in the next video, all right? Like, subscribe if at least this was partially entertaining to you. Have a great one, guys. See ya.